Well, hello everybody, welcome to Vinyl Treasures. I'm your host, Johnny G, John Galindo, coming to you live each and every Saturday, only here on YouTube. We'll be joining Oldies and More Radio beginning at midnight tonight, but I have a short playlist. Well, it's not really a short playlist, it's just that I only took 2 requests from the listeners this evening, so there's a less records than last week because we can't be on too long, even though it is a Memorial Day weekend or a long weekend there. But I want to welcome you to the Vinyl Treasure Show this May 25th, 2024. And I spin original vinyl 45's here from 9 p.m. till midnight. And they're all requests tonight. I think even the instrumental is a request too, by the way. But I'm glad you are here. So you got to sit back for the next 3 hours. We opened up with a very cool instrumental from July of 1957, organist band leader from Philadelphia, Doc Bagby. Doc Bagby, I think that was requested by Big Dave Swinger. I think he may have requested that a song at one time. But a song called Dumplings came out on the OK record label that did chart on the Billboard charts, number 69 on Billboard, 47 on Cashbox. Big record out on number 8 on KPHO if you were out in Phoenix, Arizona. Maybe, Steven, you heard that tune out there in Arizona. That's our opener instrumental, Doc Bagby from July 57 on OK. The song is called Dumplings. Again, if you're new to the program this evening, please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the thumbs up if you enjoy what you're hearing tonight. Everything is all on original vinyl. This is the third show of the week that I do, and again, all requests, and if you have a request, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the contact number. Got a whole bunch of people in the chat room there, so thank you all for being here. Let us open up the vocal portion here. This is a flip side from last week, and this is a swinging tune, I have to say. Now, last week I featured this debut single for this group from Cleveland, Ohio. Was actually requested by listener Jimmy Amato. They were called the El Palos, played actually side 2 of the 45, called These Four Letters, which is a killer ballad. But it was Daryl Letts and listener Martin Tokay who requested the A-side here, and I think that Martin, you mentioned that this was played on the radio in Cleveland, Ohio, and it features Robert Chalmers on lead from 1958, our opener for Martin and Daryl, the El Palos on Studio. It's called High School Dance. Yes, we open up the vocal portion there with a swinging tune from 1958. That is by request for Martin Tokay and Daryl Letts. Those are the El Palos. The El Palos on the studio record label. High School Dance is the name of the tune. That is a hard record to find. It is not easy to find that 45. As Greg Surik, he sold me that many, many moons ago, that 45. You know, we count down the music chronologically here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. So those of you that sent in your requests, you will... you don't know which ones I'm going to play, but I am going to feature two. If you sent me 4, if you sent me 3, I will feature 2 of those requests. I think there's a couple dedications, I think, that I added onto the program. But that's how you'll know when your record's going to get played. So we're going to open it up here from 1951 here. This is actually a flip side request from last week, as Tom Shaughnessy requested this group called the Blenders from New York. I played their 45 on the Decca label called I'm looking here, Small Town Girl. Who's in my mind here? Yeah, Small Town Girl. That was a request for Tom Shaughnessy. But Mark Langdale in Australia and Daryl Letts requested the flip side of the 45. This song actually goes back to 1939, as done by the Larry Clinton Orchestra with, I think, B. Wayne. She was the vocalist on that Victor release. But this has Ollie Jones on lead and Ray Johnson. He's the bass here. They're 4th of 8 on the Decca label from January 51 for Mark Langdale and Daryl Letts. The Blenders on Decca. It's called I'm Afraid the Masquerade is Over.
Your eyes don't shine like they used to shine, and the thrill is gone when your lips meet mine. I'm afraid the masquerade is over, and so is love, and so is love, and so is love. Your words don't mean what they used to mean. They were once inspired, now they're just routine. I'm afraid the masquerade is over, and so is love, and so is love, and so is love. I guess I'll have to play Pagliacci and get myself a clown's disguise.
I learned to laugh like Pagliacci
with tears in my eyes. You look the same. You're a lot the same, but my heart says no, 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 you're not the same. I'm afraid the masquerade is over, and
And so is love.
And so is love.
And so is love.
There you go. What a great sound that is by the Blenders. The Blenders from January 1951. That's on the Decca record label. That features Ollie Jones on lead. That's by request for Mark Langdale in Australia, and Daryl Letts in our YouTube chat room, a song called I'm Afraid the Masquerade is Over. I have to say, I have Tony Harris of BW and the Emeralds in our YouTube chat room. Wow, Tony, glad you are there. I will play your record. You don't have to wait till the end. We're going to play it. I'll play it. Let me just get through a couple records here, and I'm going to play that record for you, as it was a request from my one of my California listeners, Matey Campboy, who loves that record, and I was lucky to pick it up. It's not an easy record to find, and I am thrilled to have you in our YouTube chat room. But let's give a listen to this spin here as we move into 1952 now, as this is a request for listener Bill Olb in New Jersey. This group originally from Charlotte, North Carolina. I've been playing their records. A lot of you listeners out there have been requesting this group. The Four Nights. This one is on the Capitol record label. They have about 33 releases on the Capitol record label. Of course, their biggest hit was in 1954 with a song called I Get So Lonely, but Bill requested their 13th release from February of 52. It features Gene Alford on lead. And this charted in Boston, Massachusetts, was a big record, number 10 on WORK in Boston, Massachusetts. Let's give a listen to The Four Nights. The Four Nights on the Capitol label. It's called Walkin' in the Sunshine. This is for Bill Olb.
After the rain goes, people see rainbows, but I see rainbows while it storms above. So baby, is it any wonder I can laugh at thunder, walking in the sunshine of your love? 10 below zero, I'm such a hero. I never wear a muffler or a glove, while all the world has frosty noses. I'm knee-deep in roses, walking in the sunshine of your love. Just so you know, dear, I'm gonna tell you, your smile's my golden umbrella, keeping the rain out, trouble and pain out of my heart. And from the very start, your tender affection in my direction was like a lovely blessing from above. That's why I go around just beaming, wondering if I'm dreaming, walking in the sunshine of your love. Your tender affection in my direction is like a lovely blessing from above. That's why I go around just beaming, wondering if I'm dreaming, walking in the sunshine of your
Yeah, with the steps and everything there. There you go. That's for listener Bill Olb, The Four Nights. Four Nights from February 1952. That's on the Capitol record label. Walkin' in the Sunshine is the name of the tune. Johnny G's walking through our records here for a Saturday evening. Thank you all for being here on this Saturday night here as we continue here. We move into 1953 now, and we go out to California with a request for listener Daniel Kubacki. And for the sound of the Robins, they hired a new manager by the name of Jack Lewis, who was able to arrange a contract with RCA Records. And at the same time, they added a new group member by the name of Grady Chapman. They went on to have 6 releases for the RCA record label. Now, Daniel requested their second, and they're all singing on this release here as we go to the jump side here from April of 53 for Daniel Kubacki. These are the Robins on RCA. It's called All Night Baby.
Yes, baby, I could love you all night long. Baby. Yes, baby, I could love you all night long. Baby. If you take me for your lover, I swear I'll do nothing wrong. I could thrill you through and through. Yes, I could thrill you through and through. All I beg of you, baby, let me show you what I'll do. Give me your name, your number, everything will be alright. Give me your name, your number, everything will be alright. I'll just love you, baby, I swear by all the stars at night. I'll work, slave, bring you all my pay. I'll work, slave, bring you all my pay. If you don't love me, baby, gonna take it all away. I'll just rock you, roll you, thrill you all night long. I'll just rock you, roll you, thrill you all night long. If you take me for your lover, I'll never, never know more wrong. I'll never, never know more wrong.
Baby.
I'll never, never know more wrong.
Come on, baby.
There you go, the great sound of the Robins on the RCA record label there. That is by request for Daniel Kubacki from April 1953 on the RCA record label. All Night Baby is the name of the tune. We're going to go out of sequence a little bit here, only because I was surprised to see that I have a member of a group that I was going to feature this record in the 1961 block, but I can't allow the original member of this group to wait till that late in the evening to do it. So I am thrilled to have Tony Harris here in my YouTube chat room. He was a member of a group called BW and the Emeralds. and they were out of Washington, D.C., and this is not an easy record to find, by the way. I remember when Greg sold it to me, I think he charged me $300 for the record. It's a nice copy, but Charlene helps me with my research, Charlene Whiteside, and she mentioned to me that Tony was, I just saw him in the chat room there, he mentioned, so I'm thrilled to have him here. So one of my California listeners, Mady Campboy, she loves this record. She requested it. This is on Link Ray's Rumble album. How about Rumble record label out of Washington, D.C.? Let me see. Charlene found some information about this. It's BW and the Emeralds, and she says BW is Bugs Washington, who wrote the song and is on piano. The other members of the group are Rogers Vaughn. Wait, what does that say, Charlene? Roger Vaughan Rogers is what you have. Walter Weaver, bass. Michael Braxton. Milton Tibbs, and it says drums. Deborah Brooks, Janice Brown, and lead singer Tony Harris, who is in our YouTube chat room. And this is from November of 1961. It is a request for Mady Campo. We're going to especially send it out to the lead singer of this group, the Emeralds, on the Rumble record label. It's called I Need Your Love. Let's send that one out to the lead singer of the group, Tony Harris, who is in our YouTube chat. My request for listener Mady Campboy, I went out of order. I had to go out of order because it's such a great record, and thank you, Tony, for recording that. And we're going to make that a hit. We want to make this record a hit here in 2024, at least here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That's a great record there from November 61. BW and the Emeralds there with Tony Harris on lead. It's on the Rumble record label. I keep on saying Rumble album because that's my favorite album, but Rumble Records. It was Link Ray's label out of Washington, D.C. I Need Your Love is the name of the tune. I would love to interview Tony. I would. If I had it set up here, I gotta talk to my my nephew to come in to set up. I can take phone calls here on the program. That would be great. But that is a great, great tune. Thank you, Tony, for being here and listening here to the Vinyl Treasure Show as we continue here on a Saturday evening spinning original vinyl 45s. I'm your host, Johnny G. If you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. We do it every Saturday from 9 p.m. till midnight with a little bit of overtime here. So let's continue back with the 1950s here. And last week I featured the Ramblers on Bob and Morty Shad's Jack's label. And the song was called 50-50 Love. That was for listener Chris Reed. Daryl Letts requested the flip side here, and I have it on red vinyl. I saw this on a list today. I think I did, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go to October 1953 for the Ramblers on the Jax, J-A-X Records, which would become Harlem Records, by the way. Jax became the Harlem label. These are the Ramblers with their tune called Search My Heart. This is for Daryl Letts.
Search my heart if you care to. You'll find my heart to be true. If you search my heart, you will find that you're always on my mind. Search my heart, darling, please do. Just let me prove my love for you. In my heart you'll find love divine. So darling, search my heart. In my heart, you left an open space, but no one else will ever take your place. To do all these things, you'll find a clue. If you search my heart through and through, darling, I won't deceive you, not after all that I've been through. If there's any doubt, you'll find out. If you search my
October 1953 release for the Ramblers on the Jax, JAX Records, song entitled Search My Heart. That's for listener Daryl Letts in our YouTube chat room. As we continue here on the 50s and early 60s edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show, we stay in 1953 with a request for Butch Ford in Hawaii. As we go to New Haven, Connecticut for this group, first recorded for the Lee label, which I have featured on my Thursday afternoon show. I played their debut single on Lee Records just a couple days ago. Only came out on a 78. That actually came out in late 1949. But after let me see. Then they also recorded for the Sittin' In With label, and then they signed with Decca Records in mid-1953. They had 3 releases on the Decca label. Now, Butch requested their first on Decca, came out in July of 1953. It features Scott King on lead. Let's give a listen to The Shadows. The Shadows on the Decca label. This is for Butch Ford. It's called Stay.
Please stay, don't ever go away.
Please stay.
Believe me when I say I live for your smile, dear. Please stay, make heaven while you may. I need you every day, not just for a while, dear. I offer you all the love in my heart. Just tell me you're mine, and we'll never will part. Please say, my darling, come what may,
Please stay.
that you will always stay beside me forever. I offer you all the love
In my heart.
you just tell me you're mine, and we'll never will part. Please say, my darling, come what may,
Please stay.
that you will always stay beside me forever.
Wow, that's a cool tune there. Those are The Shadows. The Shadows with Scott King on lead, July 1953. We'll send that one out to listener Butch Ford in Hawaii. On the Decca record banner, Stay is the name of the tune. I think, Butch, you told me you just picked up that 45, which is a pretty good record there. I got it years and years ago. Johnny G's only a youngster here. I think I try to be a youngster, although I am pretty old at 65, but I don't want to let the other older collectors hear that. But anyway, so thank you all for being here again and tuning into the program. So much appreciative. Also, your emails. Again, if you need to get in touch with Johnny G, you can do it at vinyltreasures@aol.com. Let's stay in 1953. Go back to Cleveland, Ohio, and fill a request for listener Liam. Liam in Australia, as this group would approach disc jockey Alan Freed and asked if they could help them get their record out because they had a song they wanted to sing for Alan Freed, and he listened and he liked what he heard, so he helped them, got them signed to Chess Records. They had 2 releases on the Chess label, but I'm sure one of the stipulations was that Alan Freed would have to get credit as a writer, and he did get writer credits on this, but actually both sides of the 45, but it became the group's debut single as it became a reality for the group, and I'm sure they were thankful to Alan Freed for doing that. The song was written really by lead singer Charles Carruthers, but so he really wrote it, but I think they gave it all to Alan Freed. Yeah, Alan Freed got the total writing credit, so that's not really nice. But anyway, this was a big number 3 R&B hit for the group too. And from August 1953, going out to Liam, the Coronets on the Chess label. It's called Nadine. This is for Liam. There you go. That's going out to Liam in Australia. The classic sound by the Coronets from August 1953. That's on Leonard Chess's Chess record label. Nadine is the name of the tune, and that is with Charles Carruthers on lead there. And I want to say hello to Mark in the UK. He's asking about the 78 show. I'm telling you, I have overwhelming response from the 78s that I played on last Thursday's show. I can't tell you how many people that have emailed Johnny G at vinyltreasures at AOL.com to continue with it. Again, with those early 78s that I have, and moving into the into the later 1950s. So I'll continue with that format. The only thing I have to tell you is I have a doctor's appointment on June 6th, which is a Thursday, and of course, I have some problems with my with actually both knees, but it's my right knee. I can't really go up and down the stairs that well, so it's problematic for me. But I did make the appointment, so I didn't want to. I gotta take care of this, because if I can't lift my record boxes and move around like that, then I'm gonna have trouble continuing to doing the show. So I got to get this taken care of, whatever it is. And I don't know what it is. It's probably old age and arthritis, for all I know. And hopefully, it's just it won't take that long. It might be an injection or two to make me at least be somewhat of a working knee is what I need. So, because it's really unstable. I was okay yesterday. So what I'm thinking of possibly doing is not doing away with the show on the 6th at all. I'll just do it on that Friday at 1 o'clock. So you'll see the notifications up on my Johnny G's Vinyl Treasure Show wall. You'll see it there because I'll post the shows as I do them. I do a soul show. I play all soul 45s on Wednesday evenings here on YouTube and also on Oldies and More Radio simultaneously, a broadcast there on the stream. But I'm live here on YouTube on all three shows, and Thursday I do the All 78 show. So that has gotten a big response, and I'm telling you, I can't tell you the response I got from that Gospel 78 that I played, and I will be playing the flip side. So stay tuned for that. I will play the flip side this coming Thursday. I will be on, but a week later I will not, unless my knee miraculously becomes better and I'm jogging. So I doubt it. But anyway, that's the announcement. But let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, and we go to Sid Nathan's King record label out of Cincinnati, Ohio, for a request for listener Butch Ford. I think he told me he just picked this record up. This is not an easy record to find, as no one knows about this group called the Orchids. Supposedly they are not. I don't know if they're the same group that recorded for Parrot, or maybe a couple members. I'm not sure, but I couldn't verify either way. But they have 2 records on the King record label, and this is their second. And it's not easy to find. It came out in September of '53. We're going to send it out to Butch Ford in Hawaii. The Orchids on King. It's called I've Been a Fool from the Start. The Orchids for Butch.
I've been a fool. I'm not so smart. You played it cool. Yes, right from the start. Oh yes, you took my heart. One summer day said that our love was here to stay. But when I come a-calling, oh, you never come. Oh, you sleep all day and night play. I can never even get you on the thought with tears in my eyes. And love from the start, I was a fool to give you my heart.
But when I come a-calling, you're never at home. You sleep all day and work all night. You never even get your on the phone with tears in my eyes. And love from the start, I was a fool to give you my heart.
That's September 1953 release there for the Orchids. That's their second on the King record label. I've Been a Fool from the Start. We'll send that one out to listener Butch Ford. They're easier to find on a 78, but not on a 45. They're harder to find on the 45, as was the case with a lot of records from 1953, I will say, on the R&B vein. But anyway, we continue here. Let's move to 1954. Fill a request for Mike Sape in Connecticut. I didn't see Mike Sape. Are you in the chat room? I didn't see. Some people are not here. Are not here tonight. Adrian is not here. He said he has a family function. Probably may come in later. There are a few people because of the holiday weekend. They're probably at somewhere else. But of course, the archives are always available unless the copyright police get Johnny G. But anyway, but this is a request for listener Mike Sape. He wants to send this one out to Joe Shakatana, who is in our YouTube chat room, and also Jimmy Amato, which I didn't see in the chat. I did see him on Thursday afternoon, though. But this group, they hail from Miami, Florida. They had 5 releases on Sid Nathan's Deluxe Records. This is their 4th. From August of 1954, here are Bill Robinson and the Quailes. This is on Deluxe Records. It's called Why Do I Wait? By request from Mike Sape, going out to Jimmy and Joe Shakatano.
Oh, why do I wait?
Oh, why do I
wait? Wait for you to come home.
For you to come
Why do I wait now? Wait for you to come home.
For you to come home.
Yes, you know that I love you. Daddy wants you back home.
I want you back
yes,
home.
yes, girl, I love you.
Oh, yes, I
Child,
love you.
tell the world that I do.
Tell the world that I do.
Yes, I love you.
Oh, yes, I
Child, tell the world that I do.
Tell the world that I do.
Yes, I'm so lonesome.
Well, I'm
looking for you.
I'm looking for
Hey,
you.
hey, on the 25th day was our anniversary. I planned a party for you and me. We had champagne, all those kind of things. Even bought you a diamond ring. Your red flowers from a florist store and a washing machine. I door you did not come. Hey, no, why must I wait?
Oh, why shall I
Wait for you to return.
for you to return?
Why do I wait, child? Wait for you to return.
For you to return.
Yes, you know that I love you.
You know I
Daddy wants you back home. Why should I wait?
Oh, why shall I
Wait for you to come home.
For you to
Why do I wait, child? Wait for you to come home.
For you to come home.
Yes, you know that I love you.
You know I
Daddy wants you back home.
want you back
Yes,
home.
yes, girl, I love you.
Oh, yes, I
Child, tell the world that I do.
Tell the world that I do.
Yes, I love you.
Oh, yes, I
Child, tell the world that I do.
I do.
Yes, I'm so lonesome.
Well, I'm so
I'm
lonesome.
looking for you.
I'm looking for you.
As by request for listener Mike Sape in Connecticut, sending it out to Jimmy Amato. He's going to like that tune. Joe Shakatano is going to throw his back out dancing to that tune. As I think that's just a little bit fast for Joe, but that's okay. Joe's got to get into the up-tempos too. He's a ballad man, is what he is. Johnny G here on a Saturday. Hope you're digging on the tunes. Got a big room, big chat room tonight. Thank you all for being here. And again, if you're new to the program, be sure to consider consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, but you got to be signed in to YouTube. That's the only way you can do it. As we continue here, and we go to Philadelphia now. Philadelphia here, fill a request for listener Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. This group had 6 releases on Herb Slotkin's Grand record label, and Gordy requested their 5th. They're not easy to find. The second presses are easy. They were selling them at Times Square Records in the early 1960s, and they repressed them all, and they're easy to tell the difference, but the originals are sometimes hard to get. This one is not easy to get, and it features George Grant on lead. This is Grant, not Grand, Grant. George Grant on lead. Let's go to October of 1954 by request for Gordy Freeman, the Castels. The Castels on Grand. The song is called Marcella.
Marcella, come closer. Hold me softly and whisper low. Oh, my darling, dearest darling, I'll never let you go. You stay of my reach, dear, yet you haunt me in all my dreams. Can't my eyes tell you, darling, I'm not trying some evil scheme?
Seems so much longer whenever you're not here. I can't go on this way much longer. So won't you please reconsider me, my dear?
I'm like a bird in a sandstorm. Girl, I'll keep trying to make headway. And I'll love you, yes, I'll love you, Marcella, every day.
That's going out to Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat. Those are the Castels. George Grant and the Castels out of Philadelphia on the Grand record label. Marcella is the name of the tune. You collectors out there, for that record, the true first press, it is really, really thick. A thick press with that small print. That's how you can tell the difference, because they did press those up with the thin press too, I think, like the Angels on the Angels on the Grand label. They look the same. The Dreamers, they look the same. They're just thinner presses, and they go for about maybe 20 or 30, maybe $40 now. I don't know what they go for, but they're not as that's hard to find as the originals. Johnny G here, continuing in the year 1954, and this is a request for Oldies fan, aka Joseph Smith, in our YouTube chat room. We got the Sound of the Drifters here, and this is their 4th release on the Atlantic label. I think this was their follow-up to Honey Love, again featuring the great Clyde McPhatter on lead. This is from October 54 on the Yellow and Black Atlantic label for Oldies fan in our YouTube chat room. The Drifters with Bip Bam.
Bill Bam, thank you, ma'am. Kisses taste like candy jam. You can see what a fool I am when you lift me mine. Bill Bam, baby, let me have some fun. Won't you give me more than one? Lord, I love you, sugar plum. Look out now, 'cause here I come. Bill Bam, thank you, ma'am. Ooh, it's good like berry jam. Makes me cry like a baby lamb when you kiss me, honey. Bill Bam, when you make me feel so fine, I could almost lose my mind. Let me leave this world behind in your arms another time. Bill Bam, thank you, ma'am. Shuts me up just like a clam. Kicks me hard as a Texas ram, but it soothes me, baby. Bill Bam, when it comes to what you do, ain't nobody else but you. Lordy, where did you come from? You're a loving atom bomb. Makes me stay when I ought to scram, 'cause I love your loving. Bill Bam, baby, I can hardly speak. When you stop, yeah, you leave me weak. But if it kills me, well then bye-bye. It's a real fine way to die. Bill Bam, ooh, wee baby. Bill Bam, drive me crazy. I'm on fire when you kiss me, baby.
There you go, by request. That's for Oldies Fan, a.k.a. Joe Smith, in our YouTube chat room. That's the sound of the Drifters, the great Clyde McPhatter on lead. That's their fourth release on the Atlantic record label from October 1954. Bit Bam is the name of the tune. Johnny G's your Bit Bam disc jockey for a Saturday evening. Hope you're all digging on the tunes. If you're new to the program, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, click that bell to receive an email notification. Receive all notifications when Johnny G goes live. And also, don't forget the thumbs up when you hear something you might like the show. You just may like it. Nobody does it like Johnny G. As we continue, we move into 1955. Let's fill this request for listener Edmund Williams in Queens, New York. Sorry you are not feeling well, Edmund. My father was suffering with the allergies. I actually took him to the doctor, and she said, take the what is that? So is it oh man, I can't remember. Claritin. Take the Claritin. So he takes Claritin and the Flonase, and that seemed to work. It opened up his thing, and it was a couple weeks, and he's better today. Thank goodness, please. But this is a request for Edmund Williams, as this group, they hail from Newport News, Virginia, and they do a cover of the tune Stormy Weather, but not with the lyrics that you may know. And I remember hearing this on Oldies radio. I think Donald McGee, they probably still play this when you listen on the radio where you are. But I remember hearing this on Oldies radio when I was a young collector. From September 55, these are the Leaders on the Glory label. It features Harry Burton on lead. This charted number 7 on WRR in Dallas, Texas, if you were tuned in. So let's go to September 55 for Edmund, the Leaders on Glory. It's called Stormy Weather.
I don't know why there's no sun up in the sky. Stormy weather, the last pork chops I ate taste like leather. Keeps raining all the time. Keeps raining all the time. Well, since you went away, the blues walked in and met me. If you stay away, Lord, the rocking chair gonna get me. All I do is pray the Lord will let me walk in the sun once more. Why Mama won't bake no apple pie? Starvation since I lost my occupation. Keeps raining all the time. Keeps raining all the time. Well, since you went away, the blues walked in and met me. If you stay away, Lord, the rocking chair gonna get me. All I do is pray the Lord will let me walk in the sun once more. Don't know why Mama won't bake no apple pie. Starvation since I lost my occupation. Keeps raining all the time. Oh Lord, all the time. Oh Lord, all the time.
Yeah, those are the Leaders by request for listener Edmund Williams, their rendition of the tune Stormy Weather. They are an underrated group, I have to tell you that. That's their first release on the Glory label, September 1955. That's Harry Burton on lead. And I just remember hearing that on oldies radio. Like Don K. Reed or Norman Knight, those guys would play that record. That would make it on the air here in not anymore here in the New York area. But let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show as the Robins return to the Vinyl Treasure Show, as we heard them earlier for Daniel Kubacki on the RCA label. Well, they return here in 1955. This is a request for Frank Gingaro in our YouTube chat room, and they did 6 on Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller's Spark record label. This is their third on the Spark label. It features Grady Chapman on lead. Yes, it does. From January 55. Here are the Robins the second time for Frank Gingaro in our YouTube chat room. It's called What Do You Want for Frank?
I don't want no flashy car. What do you want? Don't want no caviar. What do you want? Don't want to be no movie star. What do you want? Bida-bida-do, bida-do-de. What do you want? I don't want no aeroplane. What do you want? Don't want no house in Spain. What do you want? Don't want to drink no pink champagne. What do you want? Bida-bida-do, bida-do-de.
You don't want this, you don't want that.
that tell me why you've got plenty of money.
Yeah, but I want something money can't buy.
What do you want?
I don't want no motorboat.
What do you want?
Don't want no cashmere coat.
What do you want?
Here's a story you can quote.
What do you want?
I just want a little girl to love.
A jug of wine.
No, no, no.
A silver mine.
No, no, no.
Come on, you shine.
No, no, no.
What do you want?
You don't want this, you don't want that, tell me why you've got plenty of money.
Yeah, but I want something money can't buy.
What do you want?
I don't want no motorboat.
What do you want?
Don't want no cashmere coat.
What do you want?
Here's a story you can quote.
What do you want?
I just want a little girl to love.
Bida-bida-do, bida-do-de.
What?
Bida-bida-do, bida-do-de.
What?
Bida-bida-do, bida-do-de.
What?
Bida-bida-do, bida-do-de. Bida-bida-do, bida-do-de.
January 1955 release there for Grady Chapman and the Robins. That's on the Spark record label. What Do You Want is the name of the tune. That is by request for Frank Chingaro in our YouTube channel. Of course, Frank Chingaro is half of the duo, along with Gordon Skagberg, that are hosts of the R&B Serenade on Hofstra Radio, WRHU 88.7 FM. That's on Sundays beginning at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. till 5. If you're not in the area, you can tune in live on WRHU.org. Every Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, featuring this type of music here, and on original vinyl too. They are both collectors there. I'm happy to have Frank in my YouTube chat room. Thank you, Frank, for being in the chat room and being a part of the program this evening as we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. And we fill a request for young collector Evan Blatt in our YouTube chat room. Let's go to the Bahari Brothers modern record label for this group. And the group is called the Cobras. Imagine being called the Cobras. You don't want to get snake bit by a cobra, that is for sure. Now, the lead singer of this group, his name was Otis Lee. And prior to forming this group, the Cobras, he was the lead singer of the Dukes, which he formed in Columbus, Ohio, that signed with the Specialty label for one release. They also backed up, I think, Lloyd Price on one of his records. And Evan requested this one by the Cobras. Usually people request Cindy with an C or an S, which I have, but this is the flip side. Written by the lead singer, Otis Lee. Let's go to August of 1955. The Cobras on the modern label. This is for Evan. It's called I Will Return.
Doo-bop, ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-bop, ba-doo, bo-do-do-doo-bop, ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-bop, ba-doo, bo-do-do-doo-bop, ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-bop, ba-doo, bo-do-do-doo-bop, ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-bop.
Oh yes, my darling, I'm going away. But remember, darling, I'm not going to stay. Someday, my darling, I will return. I will return. Oh yes, my darling, I'm going away. But remember, darling, I'm not going to stay. Someday, my darling, I will return.
I will return. Don't worry, my darling, don't shed a tear. Just try and be happy and think that I'm near. I love you, my darling, yes it is true. Don't ever, never say we're through. Oh yes, my darling, I love you so, and please don't ever let me go. Someday, my darling, I will return. I will return. Don't worry, my darling, don't shed a tear. Just try and be happy and think that I'm near. I love you, my darling, yes it is true. Don't ever, never say we're through. Oh yes, my darling, I love you so, and please don't ever let me go. Someday, my darling, I will return. I will return.
Yeah, those are the Cobras. I like that record. Always did like that record. The Cobras there from August 1955. That's on the Modern record label. I Will Return is the name of that one. That's going out to Evan Blatt in our YouTube chat room. Let's stay in 55 now. Let's go to George Goldner's Rama record label. This is not an easy record to find either, by the way. A rare one here on Rama. It's actually a request for UK listener Indrajit Advani. He wants to send this one out to all the listeners in the YouTube chat room. This group was really the Dewdroppers with Joe Van Loan. He became Joe Van Loan, who became the later lead of the Ravens on the Argo record label. But he does, Joe Van Loan does lead on the flip side of this, the ballad called What Can I Tell Her Now, which is what I bought the record for, that side. But this is the vocal jump flip. It features the bass of the group. He was a Big Bob Cornegay. And he is on lead here from July 55 for Indrajit Advani and all you chatters in the YouTube chat room. These are the Bells on the Rama label. It's called Let Me Love, Love You. The Bells.
Baby, let me love you. Yeah, baby, this is what I'll do. I'll buy you a Cadillac car. Take you to the finest bar. You go out riding, California's not too far. You let me love you. I'll buy you a diamond ring. Mink coats and everything. We spend our vacation way up in Maine. You let me love you. I'm so tired of being alone. I got nobody to call my own. I just sit, drink all night long. Oh, baby, daddy needs his honey home. Baby, let me love you. Love you, baby. Please let me love you. Love you, baby. I'll give you anything in this wide, wide world. If you let me love you. Got a good man at home, baby, and he's treating you wrong. Just look in your directory, you'll find my phone. I'll come love you. I'll work hard every day, bring you all my pay, I'll do anything, baby, anything you say, if you let me love you. I'm so tired of being alone, I got nobody to call my own. I just sit, drink all night long, because baby, daddy needs this honey home. Baby, let me love you. Love you, baby. Please, please, please. Baby, I'll give you anything in this wide, wide world if you let me love you. Baby, if you let me love you.
There you go. That's by request for Indrajit Advani, July 1955. The Bells, the group called The Bells on the Rama label. Let Me Love You is the name of the tune. That's for UK listener Indrajit Advani, sending it all out to the UK chat room. How about the YouTube chat room, Johnny G? Johnny G losing his mind here on a Saturday evening, and we are in the year 1955. That's the block we're in. This is actually still got two more in the year 1955. Let's go to Harlem, New York for this next request. This is requested by Robert in California. He's in our YouTube chat room. This is the group's fifth release on High Weiss's Old Town record label. And this is from April of 1955. It's the great sound of the Solitaires. The Solitaires on the Old Town record label. This is for Robert. It's called My Dear.
My dear, how I wish that you were here. I can't wait until you're near. I just want your love.
Those are the great Solitaires. Solitaires, Herman Dunham on lead there. And that's going out to Robert in the UK as I lost my place. From April 1955. Herman Dunham or Herman Curtis, take your pick. He went by both names. He's the lead singer on that. My Dear is the name of the tune. You know, this one comes two ways. I featured it on the Old Style Old Town label. Also comes with the a block print Old Town and the thick and thin lines. I don't think it's ropes. I think it's lines, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, you know, I'm just looking at these labels that I've been playing here because I have Old Town, Rama, and I have G coming up. So if you figure it out, back in the mid-1950s, people that were listening to this type of music, I would bet, I know my aunt did, they would have to have Ramas, G's, and Old Towns in their collections or the records that they bought. If you like this music, it wouldn't your collection wouldn't be complete if you didn't have at least one of those records from those labels, as they were like major labels, like I guess in the 60s with Motown records. Everybody had a Motown record in their collection. But anyway, I digress. Let's continue here. And on the last Vinyl Treasure show, I featured the Rhens on George Goldner's Rama label, a song called Love Something That's Made for Two. That was for Daniel Kubacki. He requested the flip side of the 45, and this is the flip side of that oddball copy. Rama number 105, which is not easy to find. I won this in a Me Mad Music auction, which is Norm's record, Brian, by the way, and it's a nice clean copy. It features Bobby Mansfield on lead. This is for Daniel Kubacki. I'm featuring it on the Oddball Press, Rama 105. February 55, the Rhens on Rama. It's called 11 Roses, parentheses, and the 12th is you. This is for Daniel.
You're a rose, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-wop. You're a rose, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-wop.
11 roses and the 12th is you. 11 roses and a dream come true. 11 roses say we'll never part. 11 roses to my sweet, sweetheart. 11 roses to my Valentine. 11 roses for the 12th is mine. 11 roses and heaven in view. 11 roses and the 12th is you.
You're a rose,
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-wop.
you're a rose,
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-wop. To my sweet, sweetheart. 11 roses and the world's okay. 11 roses in my heart's bouquet. 11 roses and heaven for two. 11 roses, 11 roses, 11 roses and the 12th is you.
11 roses and the 12th is you.
Yeah, that's the sound of Bobby Mansfield and the Rhens there by request for Daniel Kubacki. 11 Roses and the 12th is You from February 55. George Goldner's Rama record label. I featured it on the Oddball Press, Rama number 105. And the flip side was called Love Something That's Made for Two. I don't know what Goldner was doing with this, with the Rhens. This was the only group that he did this with, I think. And it just was something going on. Maybe the publishing or something, I don't know. But listen, you don't want to question these record moguls, especially him, but I would love to interview George Goldner. Boy, that would have been some interview. Anyway, Johnny G here on a Saturday. Hope you're digging on the tunes. If you are, please give me a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe. This is our third show of the week. I'll be back next Wednesday evening at 9 p.m. for the Soul Show, so get your requests in at vinyltreasures@aol.com. Then I'll be back for the Thursday afternoon show the very next day, Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, with more of the 78s. And then we'll be back here next Saturday night beginning at 9 p.m. till midnight for more of your requests. Let's move into 1956 now. Played this group from Newark, New Jersey called the Angels for Evan Blatt. He requested It's You I Love Best. Again, on George Goldner's G record label. But this is the flip side here. The flip side requested by Daryl Letts. And this was originally a hit, or I should say covered back, well, this originally came out back in 1936 by the Willie Bryant Orchestra, tune written by Billy Hill, and was a hit for Benny Goodman. But this group included Nelson Martin first tenor, Bill Wright baritone, Melvin Maxwell bass, and the lead singer on this, Bernard Lynn. It's with Jimmy Wright in the orchestra, and this is from October 56. This is the flip side of It's You I Loved Best. This is for Darryl, the Angels on G, and their rendition of the tune Glory of Love.
You got to
give a little, take a little, let your boy break a little.
give a little, take a little, and let your poor heart break a little. That's the story of, that's the glory of love.
Take a little, let your heart break
You got to laugh a little, cry a little, and let the clouds roll by a little. That's the story of, that's the glory of love. Glory of love. Love is there, the two of us. We've got this world and all of its charms. But when the world is through with us, we shall have each other's arms. You've got to
take a little, let your heart break a little.
win a little, lose a little, and always have the blues a little. That's the story of, that's the glory of love. The glory of love.
Wow, there you go. Those are the Angels. The Angels, by request for Darryl Letts, October 56. It's on George Goldner's G record label. Their rendition of the tune Glory of Love. And Frank Chingaro in our YouTube chat room says the lone surviving member of this group, first tenor Nelson Martin, will dedicate that song to him. And again, a member of that group. What a great tune that is. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasures Show, we are in the year 1956. Fill a request for listener Edmund Williams as we go back to Harlem, New York for this lone release for this group. It's on Herman Lubinsky's Savoy record label. It co-written by the lead singer of the group. His name is Lee Witherspoon, and this is with Buddy Lucas and the orchestra from September 1956. These are the Cubs. The Cubs on the Savoy record label for Edmund. It's called Why Did You Make Me Cry?
Why did you make me cry?
go. That's going out to Edmund Williams in Queens, New York. That's the Cubs. The Cubs out of Chicago. No, not the Cubs. I used to like the Cubs, I have to tell you that. But I was really, I was not a Yankee fan. My brothers were Yankee fans. I was a Met fan. Used to be a Jet fan, but then I converted to Cincinnati Bengal fan. I used to like also the St. Louis Cardinals with Jim Hart. I used to follow the Cardinals, too, in the NFC. But I was always a Bengal fan, as that was the, as I digress, the Cubs there with Lee Witherspoon on lead. That's a Norm record, Brian, again. It plays really nice. The from September 56 on Savoy Records, Why Did You Make Me Cry is the name of the tune. Johnny G not crying, although I was when my knee was hurting me the other day, I will tell you that much. But let's continue here, 1956, with a request for Bob Cruz in Maryland. This is going to cost you, Bob. This record is a 4-figure record. Not easy to find on Zell Sanders' J&S record label as we go to the Bronx, New York. This is when they were located at 1754 Anthony Avenue in the Bronx. And this group is called the J-Nets. This is the first time they used that name, the J-Nets, but in actuality, this group, they are the Hearts. And what is this number? Yes, this is the intended A, because both sides are good, I think. This is the intended A side. It features Baby Washington on lead. This is from November 56. A rare 45 on J&S for listener Bob Cruz. The J-Nets on J&S. It's called Where Are You Tonight? The J-Nets. That's November 1956 release there by request for Bob Cruz in Maryland. Those are the J-Nets. Jay Nets on the JNS record label. Where Are You Tonight? And that's with Baby Washington on lead. Of course, Daryl, you mentioned it, and Edmund mentioned it. It sounds like Lonely Nights by the Hearts. Yes, it is, because that was written by Zell Sanders. Now, you will not see this group name, Jay Nets, again until 1963, when they had their hit on the Tough label with Sally Go Round the Roses, a big national hit for the group. But they did not use this name again for some reason. I don't know, she was mixing and matching the groups possibly at the time. But that is one of the harder records to find on the Climbers are the hardest, by the way. Those are the two hardest to find. And there's a couple others on. The Endeavors is another hard one, although I just upgraded my copy of that. And I think I saw that on a list too, by the way, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, let's continue. Here we are, 1956. Last week, we filled a request for Steve in Arizona. He requested to the B-side to the Harptones Andrea release, a song called Gimme Gimme. And I think you also requested the A-side, Steve, if I'm not mistaken. I know Daryl did. He asked for the A-side. It's a great two-sided 45. So we're going to send this one out to Steve in Arizona and Daryl Letts, the great Willie Winfield on lead. These are the Harptones from March 56 on the Andrea record label. It's called What Is Your Decision?
Will you give me the love that I long for? Or will you tell me that you're not for me? What is your decision? What will my future be? Will you kiss me?
Record that is. There you go. Those are the Harptones, the great Willie Winfield on lead. That's by request For Steve in Arizona, also Daryl Letts, they're both in our YouTube chat room there, March 1956 on the Andrea record label. Andrea Records, What Is Your Decision is the name of the tune. Do you want Johnny G to continue? Yes, as we quickly are moving through here. I wasn't late. Thank goodness I wasn't late, so we should be out of here by 12:30. That'll be a good thing. But let's continue now. Let's go to Harlem, New York, as we stay in 1956. Phil, this request for Robert in California is in our YouTube chat room. This group had 3 releases on Bess Berman's Apollo record label. This was their first. They're all good. Both sides of their records are all good. So you never get a bad record with this group. They're called the Vocaltones. The Vocaltones. This one from February 56. It features Bobby Johnson on lead. This is going out to Robert. The Vocaltones with My Girl.
My girl.
There's a killer ballad. There it is. Those are the Vocaltones there. That's Bobby Johnson on lead. That's a record that George Tompkins, the late George Tompkins, turned me on to many, many years ago when he was at a Westchester Community College broadcasting. I was one of his I was writing into him as I was in high school at the time, writing into him. That's how I ended up connecting back with George. He sent me a letter and I posted it. He was so upset that I posted it on Facebook. Somebody told him. And then when he found out that I was doing this show, he was just thrilled. He was, and he became a regular. And it was unfortunate that he passed away, though. But lots of memories of George Tompkins. That's February 56. That's going out to Robert in California, the great Vocaltones on the Apollo label out of New York City. My Girl is the name of the tune. Let's go back to Harlem as the Solitaires return, and this is a special dedication, and this is for new listener to the program, Tommy Albergo. Tommy Albergo, he wants to send this one out to his wife, Nora, together for 44 years. Congratulations, Tommy, on that. And he wants to send this one out to her. I guess this is another great New York City group. You really can't go wrong with the Solitaires here. And they really started out, in the early 1950s, 1950. Four started out there, and they continued throughout the rock and roll period, extended into the 1960s, believe it or not. But let's go back to High Weiss's Old Town record label. This is their 10th release on the label, written by the other great the other great lead is on this, and he also wrote the song. I'm talking about Milton Love from October 1956, The Solitaires on Old Town. This is for Tommy Albergo and his wife Nora. It's called Nothing Like a Little Love.
Boom, 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 boom.
Nothing like a little love right from the start. Nothing like a little love to warm your heart. Whoa, 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 I need your love. Nothing like a little kiss makes you revealing. Nothing like a little kiss to warm your feelings. Whoa, 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 I need your love. No arms to hold you up, no lips to tell the story, no love for me at all tonight.
Please don't fade from sight.
Nothing like a little love right from the start. Nothing like a little love to warm your heart. Whoa, 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 I need your love.
Boom, 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 boom.
As Milton Love and the Solitaires, that's their 10th release on High Weiss's Old Town record label, October 1956 release. That's going out to Tommy Albergo and his wife Nora. Nothing Like a Little Love is the name of the tune. Nothing like a little dose of rhythm and blues vocal groups. Thank you all for being here. If you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, give me a thumbs up if you enjoy what you're hearing. This is the third show of the week, and it's the most enjoyable for your host, Johnny G. I hope you're getting as much enjoyment as I am. This is really the only time I get to play my 45's on a Saturday evening. Let's stay in 1956. One more here with a request for listener Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. This quintet, they hail from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and they were all students at Frederick Douglass High School in Oklahoma City, and they included Billy Armstead, Everett Edwards, Willie Moon, Richard Williams, and lead singer Don Nero. Collectively, they were known as the Dukes, and Gordy requested their first of two on the Imperial record label. Let's go to July of 1956. The Dukes on Imperial. It's called Teardrop Eyes. This is for Gordy. Whoops, wrong one.
Teardrop eyes are crying for you. Teardrop eyes, so lonely and blue. You said you love me only, then you left me blue and lonely. Now I'm crying for you. Teardrop eyes. Come back to me, darling. These teardrops just keep falling. Please dry these teardrops. Teardrop heart, just cry lonely tears. Teardrop heart, we'll weep through the years. Come back to me, darling. These teardrops just keep falling. Please dry these teardrop eyes. Teardrop eyes.
There you go. Those are the Dukes. The Dukes with Don Nero on lead, July 1956. That's their first of two on the Imperial record label. Teardrop Eyes. I played a song similar to that. I think that record inspired the song I played last week by the Fascinators. I forget who requested that on the Dutone label last week. It's not the same lyrics, but I think it inspired them to do that record. Johnny G here, and Phil again, who is tuned in. I know you, if you want to copy this show, I will post it up on vinyltreasures.net so you can download that. A lot of people, although I didn't have like 13 shows up, I did it Friday night. I was up till late. I said, I better post these shows on the website there. So if you go to vinyltreasures.net, you can go to the archive. You can call it up when you search in Google or whatever search engine you use. You should get the index to the archive, and they're all there. They go back a long way, so you can download the shows there. So they're available. I just have to get the time to do it. I kind of like snip in the beginning and snip in the back, and then I post it up via Firefox. That's how I do it. But anyway, let's continue here. We are in 1957, and here's a request for Mike Sape. He wants to send this one out to all the UK dancers. I guess that would include Mark in the UK, and also Indrajit and Tony Crosby, who we will get back here soon into the chat room. But this gal was active in the New Jersey, New York area, first recording for Brunswick back in 1952. She had later recordings on Premium. I think I featured that Premium release from 1955. In 1957, she signed with the RCA subsidiary Vic record label, and she had two releases. This was her first, co-written by Clyde Otis, and it says featuring Sam the Man Taylor on saxophone. So there you go. They mentioned it on the label. Now there's a backup group here. They're known as the Sounds, and I don't think they get credit on the label though. But this is from April 57. Well, wait a minute. Does it say it here? No, it doesn't say it. But they're the Sounds. They were called that. Vicky Nelson with the uncredited Sounds on the Vic label. It's called I Was a Fool for Leaving, by request from Mike Sape, going out to the UK listeners.
I was a fool for leaving, fool for saying goodbye. I was a fool for leaving, fool for saying goodbye. Now it hurts me so bad, I'm gonna sit right down and cry. I thought that I'd forget you, I was only thinking a lie. I thought that I'd forget you, I was only thinking a lie. And now it hurts me so bad, I'm gonna sit right down and cry. I'm so alone and broken hearted, I don't know just what to do. I regret the day we parted, cause I love no one but you. Daddy, I'm
just what to do. I regret the day we parted, cause I'm no one but you. Daddy, yes, I'm grieving. You're the reason why. Oh, can't you see I'm grieving? Don't you know you're the reason why? If you don't come back, I'm gonna lay right down and cry. If you don't come back, I'm gonna lay right down and cry.
There you go. This sounds are on the flip side there. Charlene, you got to fix that on the right up here. That's Vicky Nelson with definitely, though, tenor sax man there. That's Sam the Mantel. You definitely heard that tenor sax break there. April 1957. I Was a Fool for Leaving is the name of that one. That's by request from Mike Sabe going out to the UK Rockers. Let's continue in 57. Fill a request for Joe Shacatano, as Joe likes the ballads here. We go to Brooklyn, New York for this group. Had 10 releases on Sid Nathan's King record label. Now, Joe requested their very last single on... this is on, did I mention? Yes, Sid Nathan's King record label. And normally the lead singer was singing with this group is Henry Alston, but not on this. They're all singing together on this song. Although you may be familiar with a song as done by the Mellow Moods. They did this tune, but it was first done back in 1949 by Doris Day and the Mellow Men on the Columbia record label. But let's give a listen to this rendition. It's a different arrangement, but it's the same song. These are the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes from April 57 on the King label for listener Joe Shacatano, and their rendition of the tune Now That I Need You.
Where are you, now that I need you, now that I want you so badly, I could cry.
By request for Joe Shacatano. That's the sound of the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes from April 1957 on the King record label. That's their 10th release on the King label. Now That I Need You is the name of the tune. Great rendition of that tune. Johnny G here on a Saturday as we continue here. Let's fill a request for listener Chris Reed in our YouTube chat room. As early in this group's career, they recorded as the Pilgrim Travelers, and they dated back to the early 1930s. So there were a few generations of members with regard to this group, and in the 1950s, they were managed by J.W. Alexander, and Lou Rawls was a member of this group, and in 1957, they would slightly change their name to just the Travelers, and they recorded 4 on the Andex/Keen label. So if you're collecting Keen records, you also have to collect Andex, because they both used the numbers for the record numbers. So that's how it worked. Now, Chris requested the group's second release. So with Bumps Blackwell and his orchestra, let's go to December of 1957. The Travelers on the Andex record label. It's called Teenage Machine Age for Chris Reed.
Teenage machine age, teenage machine age. I put a dime in here, I push a button here. The needle starts making tracks for some red hot rock and wax. Out comes roller, roller, rock, rock and roller, roller. My baby and me, we're having a spree. Hey, hey, hey. Oh yeah, teenage machine age. I put a dime in here, I push a button here. I'm digging that crazy sound as the bottles come rolling down. Out comes roller, roller, ice cold cola, cola. My baby and me, we're having a spree. Well, yeah. Some people go out dancing. They spend a lot of cash for fancy drinks and big name bands and a place with a lot of class. Yeah, I put a dime in here, I push a button here. Smiling and licking our lips out of the side. A photo flips her, out comes photo, photo. Man, dig that photo, photo. My baby and me, we're having a spree. Ooh, yeah. Teenage machine, hey, hey, teenage machine, hey. Some people go out dancing. They spend a lot of cash for fancy drinks and big name bands and a place with a lot of class. Whoa, I put a dime in here, I push a button here. Smiling and licking our lips out of the side. A photo flips her, out comes photo, photo. Man, dig that photo, photo. My baby and me, we're having a spree. Oh yeah. Teenage machine. Whoa, yeah. Hey, Jim, let me have a quarter, man.
Man, I just spent 30 cents.
Oh, well, it's time to go home anyway. Oh, hey, give me a push, fella.
Gas it, man, gas it.
There you go. That's by request for Chris Reed in our YouTube chat room, December 1957. They're called The Travelers. The Travelers on the Andex record label. Teenage Machine Age. Boy, with the machine age now with AI, well, they even use the AI for when the copyright police come after Johnny G. They've been kind of lenient with me lately as the show has gotten a lot larger, so they are a little bit more lenient. I think the owners of the records or that own the copyright on the songs, they're happy that I'm playing their records now, because I'm getting more and more of the acceptance of the songs that I play and less of the rejections. I got to be careful with the 60s show, because that's a little bit different. A lot of these records are like public domain too, but really no, somebody's probably claimed them. If not, they never know if they're going to become a big hit on a TV commercial or something, because they do use obscure records on commercials, I will tell you that much. And I'm sure sure many of you have heard them before, but I digress. Let's continue here. We are in 1957. Let's fill a request for listener Frank Gingaro in our YouTube chat room. This is on George Weiss's Mansfield label, which is out of New York City. And I don't know much about this group. Weiss wrote this tune along with someone by the name of Ray Rivera. They're called Teddy Lawson and the Lawson Boys, and it's from April 57. It's on Mansfield Records. It's called There's No Return from Love, and this is going out to Frank Gingaro in our YouTube chat room.
Do-wah, 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 do-wah.
If you love someone and someone loves you, no matter what you say or do, there's no return from love. Once you start dreaming and love's in your heart, no matter if you both should part, there's no return from love. Love can be a wonderful thing, makes your heart wanna sing.
So handle it with care,
and you'll never shed a tear. Once you have tied the knot and walked down the aisle, no matter if it's for a while, there's no return from love. Dreaming and love's in your heart, no matter if you both should part, there's no return from love. Now love can be such a wonderful thing, makes your heart just wanna sing.
so handle it with care,
and you never ever shed a tear. Once you have tied the knot and walk down the aisle, no matter if it's for a while, there's no return from love. There's no return from love. There's no return from love.
There you go. That's going out to listener Frank Gingaro in our YouTube chat room. April 1957, Teddy Lawson and the Lawson Boys on Mansfield Records out of New York City. There's No Return from Love is the name of that tune. Let's continue here. We are in 1957. Fill a request for listener Tommy Albergo, as this is on Lloyd Price's record label, KRC Records, which stood for Kent Record Corp. And first located in Washington, D.C. Then they relocated to New York City in October of 1957. Then moved again in May of 58 to Jackson, Mississippi. Now this he owned this label with actually William Boskent and Harold Logan. And there were 11 releases on the label. Now this group, I think they're out of Washington, D.C. I think this group associated with Lillian Claiborne, who was one. She was a smart lady. She would record these groups and she would lease out the masters to all these labels. And she was a hotbed of recording new talent in the Washington, D.C. area. I think that's what happened with this group. But it is a request for Tommy Albergo, September 1957. I was going to buy another copy of this on the stock label, but I didn't. I resisted temptation, but maybe I'll still get it. Who knows? These are the King Bees from September 57 on KRC, going out to Tommy Albergo. It's called Can't You Understand? Oh, wait, I messed that up here. Johnny G getting the giggles. Here.
can't you understand me?
can't you do the same?
Thinking of you madly, wishing why you badly, oh darling, my dear one, why can't you understand? I'm always dreaming of that always thinking the land, always dreaming the meadow.
Oh, why can't you do the same?
Thinking of you madly, wishing for you badly, oh darling, my dear one, why can't you
September 1957 release there for the King Bees. King Bees by request for Tommy Albergo. Those are the King Bees with Can't You Understand on Lloyd Price's KRC record label. I still may buy that stock copy as a nice mint copy, but it's probably a tad better than that condition. But that I bought from Joel Scherzer for $2.13. Can't go wrong for spending that for that 45. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Fill a request for listener Evan Blatt. And Evan, you've been finding your records and people throwing them out. But I found this, well, almost, it wasn't quite a throw out, but it's not the greatest shape, but I found it for 10 cents at in Orangeburg, New York, at that 303 drive-in that I used to frequent on Sunday mornings. And I had a lot of fun searching through all those people's 45's that they would put out. But again, most of them were not in great shape. Sometimes you'd luck out and you'd get stuff, somebody associated with a record company or whatever. And I remember somebody walked in there with all these Laurie singles, but unfortunately they were not the early Laurie singles. They were like all from they were kind of like in the early 60s. So there were tons and tons of copies of Dion and I think the last Belmont's record, but all stuff from the 60s and tons of like reissues. And I don't know where it was sometime in the 1980s, but it was a lot of fun. They were all cheap. They were all 10 cents a piece, and it was just fun sometimes finding some of these things. But then when you start working, you don't have time to do that anymore, and then everything gets expensive. That's how it worked out for your host, Johnny G. But this was one of my early finds. It's not in the greatest shape. I was looking to upgrade it, but it's from December of 57. It's on Danny Robinson's Holiday record label. The group is called the Thunderbirds. It says Thunderbirds and Band. And this side is called Mary, this vocal quintet. So, Charlene, there was no other information on this. This needed to be updated because I didn't play it in a long time. December 57 for Evan Blatt, the Thunderbirds on the Holiday label. The song is called Mary for Evan.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. the rest of my days.
Go by request for Evan Blatt. That's on Danny Robinson's holiday record label, December 57 release for the Thunderbirds. The Thunderbirds on a holiday called Mary. Wow, the holiday records, they in the early 60s, they reissued a lot of their singles. And like you can get like Castle in the Sky and When I Woke Up This Morning, like on the red label. You can I think I have one on the shiny red label. It was released not too far after that record came out. But and that was really good. So those are like 61 presses, and they're still collectible. I have to tell you, they are. And sometimes they sound better than the first presses because some of them are made on on that grainy vinyl, that recycled vinyl. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't. And that's when I was looking through records. I was looking for cleaner copies of stuff because there was a lot of copies of records that were more popular, but they don't play well if they're those. They look like they got little spectacles in it, little specks, and they kind of sound, they have like a little bit of a surface noise. You want to get the ones that are really like glass. They look like glass if you're looking at mint records. Anyway, I digress, but let's move into 1958 with a request for listener Oldies fan, aka Joe Smith, in our YouTube chat. And we go back to Philadelphia, PA for this group. They started recording back in 1954 for Rainbow Records. You may know their signature song from 1957 called Long Lonely Nights, but they had so many great releases on different labels: Gotham, Mainline, Chess, Casino, and this label, United Artists. I'm talking about Lee Andrews and the Hearts. Now, Joe requested their second of 4 on United Artists, but Lee Andrews is not on this side. He's on the flip side, the A side, called Why Do I? But this is the up-tempo flip, co-written by the lead singer on this. His name is Roy Calhoun. He is the lead on this from July 58. Lee Andrews and the Hearts, but with Roy Calhoun on lead. This is for Joe Smith in our YouTube chat room. It's called Glad to Be Here for Joe.
Say, eeny, meeny, distoling, go, mine, combalina, ratchet, chacha, umalacha, alavaloo. That means we're glad to be here.
We're really glad to be here.
Ladies and gentlemen, children too, here's 5 boys to do a show for you. We're gonna turn all around, we're gonna touch the ground, we're gonna shim, sham, shimmy all around. We're gonna shim, sham, shimmy all over the stage. We're gonna shim, sham, shimmy till we get paid, because we're glad to be here.
You know we're glad to be
Think
here.
it's safe to do a tango. Yeah, we do it from an angle. To the back, from the side to side. To the back, to the front, from side to side. Say, eeny, meeny, distoling, your mind, combalina, ratchet, chacha, umalacha, alavaloo. That means we're glad to be here.
You know we're glad to be here.
We're really glad to be here. Yeah, we're really glad to be here. We're gonna turn all around, we're gonna touch the ground, we're gonna shim, sham, shimmy all around. We're gonna shim, sham, shimmy all over the stage. We're gonna shim, sham, shimmy till we get face. We're gonna wear our pants above our knees. We're gonna shake this stage just to please, because we're glad to be here.
You know we're glad to be here.
From side to side, to the back, to the front, from a side to side. Say heeny, meeny, distolina, you mind a combalina, ratchet, chatcha, umalacha, alabalu. That means it's nice to have been here.
Really nice to have been here.
See you once again here. We hope.
There you go. That's going out to Oldies Fan and our YouTube jam. That's a B-side there to Why Do I of Lee Andrews and the Hearts. But that's Roy Calhoun on lead. He did lead on all the jumps. I think pretty much all the jumps that they did. This is July of 1958 on the United Artists record label. Glad to Be Here is the name of the tune. I'm also going to send that one out to Paul Greco. He'll be tuned in the early AM to finish listening to the Vinyl Treasure Show. Hopefully you are glad to be here, tuned into the Vinyl Treasure Show. I'm your host, Johnny G. We're here from 1 p.m. How about 9 p.m. Eastern Time till midnight here. A little bit of overtime tonight we will, as we're moving pretty good here. I wasn't 20 minutes late like the last few weeks. But let's stay in 1958 and fill a request, special request for listener Mike Sape in Connecticut as we go to New Haven, Connecticut. And he wants to send this one out to the second tenor of this group, who may be tuned into the program or at least watch on the archive, to Tommy Giuliano. He was second tenor for this group. It's on Michael Corda's little label. The group is called the Catalinas, and it features Jimmy Colwell on lead. This is a great two-sided 45, by the way. So let's go to June of 1958. These are the Catalinas on the little label, and requested by Mike Sape in Connecticut. Wants to dedicate this to the second tenor of the group, Tommy Giuliano. The Catalinas on little. It's called Give Me Your Love.
Give me your love to remember you by.
Dum-be-doo-be.
Give me your kiss to remember you by. Give me your heart, not just a song. Give me your
That's June 1958, release there for the Catalinas. It's on the little record label Give Me Your Love. That's by request for Mike Sape in Connecticut. Wants to send it out to the second tenor of the group singing on that song, Tommy Giuliano. Of course, the masters would be sold to OK Records in 1959. They would release it as the Buddies, and the group also backed up Joey D. Joey D has a very rare record, his debut single, I think it was in 58, on the little record label, and the Catalinas backed him up on that one. I haven't played that in a while here on the program. Lorraine, I think, is the song, and the other one is something School. As I draw a blank. But anyway, let us continue here in 1958, and let's go out to the West Coast, to Los Angeles, California. Fill a request for listener Chris Reed. This group had 2 singles on Max Fertag's Flip record label. They were out of Hollywood, California. Now, Chris requested their first, written by 2 members of the group, Leo Alexander, and the lead singer on this. His name is Douglas T. Baker. Let's go to February of 58. They're called the Maharajas. The Maharajas on the Flip label. The song is called Why Don't You Answer? This is for listener Chris Reed.
Bom 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 mep 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 mep. Chupa, 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 my dearest darling, I'm writing you this farewell line. And if I'm saying that I'm blue and lonesome all the time, well, I'm crazy about you, darling, and I can't get you out of my mind. Why don't you answer those letters I've been writing you? Why don't you answer those letters I've been writing you? Well, you told me that you loved me, and oh, you said that we were through. Why don't you answer those letters I've been writing you? Why don't you answer those letters I've been writing you? Well, you told me that you love me, and oh, you said that we were through. Closing my letter with the one more little thing to say. Closing my letter with one more little thing to say. Well, I'm crazy about you, darling, and I'm looking for you every day. Well, I'm crazy about you, darling, and I'm looking for you every day. Yes, I'm crazy about you, darling, and I'm looking for you every day. Well, I'm crazy about you, darling, and I'm looking for you every day.
February 1958, release there for the Maharajas. That's their first of 2 on the Flip record label, requested by Chuck Reed. Why Don't You Answer is the name of the tune. I found that for $quarter out in the wild. It was fun finding those records. I was in high school and going around looking. That was one that I did find there. This one I did not. This next one I did not. It's a rare record as we stay in California with this request for listener Tom Shaughnessy. It's on Brad Atwood's Corvette label, which was out of Hollywood, California. Now, it's a single artist with an uncredited group, so I don't know who the group is backing him up on this. This singer goes by the name of Johnny Ross, and he gets writer credit on both sides of the 45. It does mention the A&R man on this. His name is Chuck Tequila Rio, and this is the intended A-side of the 45 from September 58, As Old as Your Host, Johnny G. This is Johnny Ross and group on the Corvette label for Tom Shaughnessy. It's called My Dreams Have Gone.
My dreams have gone, they've vanished away. Why did you leave me have gone, they vanished away. Darling, I love you. I love you so. Want you forever, forever to know. Oh, darling, please come back, oh, come back to me. My dreams have gone. Well, they vanished so far. Oh, darling, where are you? I need you. I need you so. And darling, please tell me what I want to know. That I love you so. Darling, I love you. You are the one for me. As deep as the sea. I really want you to know.
Darling, my dreams have gone now. What can I say? You left me, darling. Why could you leave me this way? I'll always love you, darling. And I'll keep your love right here in my heart. Please come back. Let's make a brand new start. I need you, darling.
There you go. That's going out to Thomas Shaughnessy. Tommy Shaughnessy, there you go. There's your record. Johnny Ross and Group, September 1958. It's on the Corvette record label. It's out of Los Angeles, California. It's called My Dreams Have Gone. Johnny G doesn't dream well because I should be on a sleep apnea machine. And I can't keep it on. They were supposed to send me a full mask, but that hasn't come yet. So I never get really a good night's sleep. I can only sleep for like 5 hours. I got to get at least 5 hours. Then I can function, as we digress. But let's continue here. And this is a request for Big Dave Swinger. He wants to send this one out to listener Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. This group, founded in 1921 at the Fairfield Baptist Church in Nashville, Tennessee, and this is on Alan and Reynold Bubis's Champion label, if I said that right, out of Nashville, Tennessee. Now, the group members included Bobby Sherrill tenor, Joseph Thompson bass, Larice Bird baritone, and lead singer Levert Allison. And collectively they were known as the Fairfield Four. This is from October 59, the Fairfield Four on the Champion label, by request for Big Dave Swinger. He wants to send this one out to Gordy Freeman. It's called Let Your Will Be Done, the Fairfield Four.
Oh, Lord, let your will be done. Let your will be done. I keep begging you, Lord, to let your will be done. Let your will be done. I know your will was set up, yes it was. I keep begging you, Lord, to let your will be done. And when I have to cry all night long, let your will be done. When I have to cry all night long, Lord, let your will be done. I know your will was set up way back in heaven. Yes, it was. I keep begging you, Lord, to let your will be done. Let your will be done. Oh, Lord, let your will be done. Let your will be done. Oh, Lord, let your will be
I know it was your will. When the 3 Hebrew boys was in the fire furnace, I know it was your will. When Paul and Silas were bound down in jail, your will, Jesus. I know it was your will. Your will. Your will. Your will. Let your will be done.
There you go, by request for listener Big Dave Swinger, sending that one out to Gordy Freeman in our YouTube channel. Also, I'll send that one out to Bill Olb, who did a fantastic job on the Gospel Special number 2. And I played a gospel record of the 78 that I got everybody talking about. Going to play the flip side on Thursday afternoon, so stay tuned for that. But that one there, the Fairfield Four from October 59 on the Champion label out of Nashville, Tennessee. Let Your Will Be Done is the name of the tune. I also have they have another one that came out on the Old Town label back in 1960. It's much easier to get than this one. Johnny G here on a Saturday. If you're new to the program, please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tell your friends about it. Nobody does it better than Johnny G here. Hope you're enjoying the tunes, enjoying the visual to see these cool labels. And I wish I had that at I wish I was able to see the labels when I was a young teenager learning about this music, because some of the labels, they are really cool looking, especially this 78s. But anyway, I digress. Let's continue here. Fill a request for listener Indrajit Advani in the UK. He wants to send this one out to Mike Sape. This is on Alan Kalman's Ribbon label out of New York City. Now, Ribbon Records, they had one major hit that I guess many of you know the song, as done by the Fireflies. Richie Adams and the Fireflies did a song called You Were Mine. Was a big hit for the label. This was the very next release that came out on the Ribbon label that was not a release. I usually feature the flip side of this, which is the ballad, but Indrajit requested the up-tempo side, wants to send it out to Mike Sape. This tune originally done back in 1948 by Pee Wee King and his Golden West Cowboys with a vocal by Red Stewart. Okay, but this is a cover from September 1959. Berlin Perry and the Gleams on the Ribbon label, by request for UK listener Indrajit to Mike Sape. It's called Tennessee Waltz.
I was dancing with my darling to the Tennessee waltz. Well, you know, friend, I happened to see to step to my loved one, and while they were dancing, my friend stole my sweetheart from me. I remember the night and the Tennessee waltz.
As Berlin, Perry, and the Gleams, their September 59 release on the Ribbon record label, Tennessee Waltz, their rendition of the tune Tennessee Waltz. That one there, by request for Injured It, going out to listener Mike Sape in Connecticut. Let's continue here. No, Geronimo, are you using a PC? Are you using a phone? Are you using a tablet? What are you using to view? Because you got to be careful with this type of this webcam, because the newer webcams are not always the best, because sometimes it doesn't focus as well as the older ones do. I should go back to the older ones, but it's supposed to be better. And so sometimes, depending on what is in the background, it can't focus that well. I can't put it too close. I got to keep it right. It's like I have to play around with it. And again, sometimes it's the light, sometimes it's too dark. It's a whole bunch of things. But for the most part, when I hold these up, they might be a little lighter. It looks like to me, it looks like I'm looking through fog because I have cataracts. But anyway, because I can't see that clearly either. So that's why sometimes I mess up on the notes that I have. But anyway, I digress. Let's continue here. Let's fill a request for listener Paul Michel, ultra rare California record here, by the way. This record that I purchased was the last one I ever bought from that seller because I got overcharged on postage, and I never dealt with him again. And he lost thousands and thousands of dollars from me because it was very young in my collecting career, and I never went back to buy records from him again. Too bad, but that's how things go. This is on the Futura record label out of Los Angeles, California. Now, the group is called the Golden Nuggets, and this is the intended B-side here of the 45, which I prefer. I prefer the other side's a novelty tune, but the instrumentation group on this is it's interesting. It's called Rocky Roads and the California Versatones, and I have the white promo on this. I did see a maroon stock in a collection that I looked at that was no longer there, but I have some writing on the label. But this is from June 59, a rare 45 on the Futura label for Paul Michel, the Golden Nuggets. It's called I Was a Fool, parentheses, to Make You Cry, for Paul.
No, 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 no.
by Quailes for Paul Michel. That's an ultra rare 45 too by the Golden Nuggets. Golden Nuggets from June '59. Futura Records is the name of the label. I was a fool, parentheses, to make you cry. And he charged me $20 postage back in like 1980. To cover his American Express charges, I think, because I put it on an American Express card, and of course, it's worth a lot more than I paid for it back then. But that kind of ruined you're supposed to charge me $5 postage. You charge me $20. You charged me $20 for it. I was not happy. And I was supposed to get this record for half the price that I got it, and I just didn't like it. It just went down bad, and that was the end of it. And he just lost out on thousands and thousands of dollars because I was spending lots of money on these rare records through my collecting career. And I'm telling you, I had some great people. If you have a person that's is feeding you records, you got to stay with that person. Once they start going sour, you stay away. And I'm telling you, I cannot say a bad word about Spence. And I dealt with Greg a lot of my collecting years. And sometimes he was hard to deal with. He was a hard personality to deal with, but he was always fair with me in everything that he did. And but sometimes I had to watch. But he was basically he dealt well with me, so I have nothing to say about those people. With some people I do, but anyway, I digress. Let's continue here, and here's a record. Now I bought this one from Jerry Diaz. Look, in dealing with Jerry Diaz, if you're a collector, it is the price, and that's what it is. And that's how you have to accept it or not. And you have to deal with it. It's a balancing act. That's how I say in the collecting hobby. But this is a request for Jimmy Amato. He wants to send it out to Mike Sape as we go to Memphis, Tennessee for this group. And it is another rare 45. Their other one is much harder, though. This is the easier one of the two, but it's not cheap. This is on the Stomper Time label. And many collectors think that Willie Mitchell is the lead singer. It is not. Willie Mitchell is really the band leader. The lead singer of the group is the person who wrote the song. His name is Donald Bryant, and that's the same Donald Bryant that would go on to have some cool soul releases in the 1960s on the High record label. But first, he was the lead singer of this group called the Four Kings. It says Willie Mitchell with the Four Kings from September 59 on Stomper Time Records. It's called Walking at Your Will, for Jimmy Amato, sending it out to Mike Sape.
When you are talking, my heart stands still. When you are walking at your will. But the tears from her eyes, darling, it made me realize when you are walking at your will. Walking at your will.
Darling, I remember, yes, sweetheart, the day we met in the park. When you told me, yes, sweetheart, that there was something that you had for me deep down within your heart.
But the tears from her eyes, darling, it made me realize when you are walking
That's a great tune there by request for Jimmy Amato. Sending it out to listener Mike Sape, September 59 release. Those are the Four Kings. Willie Mitchell, the band leader, gets credit with the Four Kings. Stomper Time Records out of Nashville, Tennessee. Walking at Your Will with a very young Donald Bryan on lead. Went on to have a big soul career on the High record label. As we stay in 1959, we go to Reading, Pennsylvania now with a request for Adrian Viterbo, who will be tuning into the program on the archive. And this is the group's debut single, came out a year earlier in 1958 on the Chord label. I played it not too long ago. A song called Our Love Is True. And that was, on Chord Records. But this is their follow-up that came out on Grover Barber and Russ Golding's B label, mentioned also out of Reading, Pennsylvania. This is an ultra-rare record again, and mine is not in the greatest shape, but beggars can't be choosy when they get offered these records, because I think the majority of these were destroyed, unfortunately, by the label owners, and I don't know what the deal was, but it came out in February of 59. They were known as the Del Reys on Chord, I should say. Then with their second release, they became the Teen Kings on the B record label. It features Walter Lockman on lead. This is for Adrian Viterbo, the Teen Kings, with Tell Me If You Know. This is on the B label.
What makes the sun rise? What makes the moon glow? What makes me love you? Tell me if you know. What makes the rain fall? What makes the wind blow? What makes me love you? Tell me if you know. You always try your best to me, and then you laugh in my despair. You always kiss me, then desert me, and yet I'm a fool to care. What makes the stars shine? What makes the tides flow? What makes me love you? Tell me if you know. What makes the rain fall? What makes the wind blow? What makes me love you? Tell me if you know. You always try your best to hurt me, and then you laugh in my despair. You always kiss me, then desert me, and yet I'm a fool to care. What makes the stars shine? What makes the tides flow? What makes me love you? Tell me if you know. Tell me if you know.
Rare 45's here for a Saturday evening by request for listener Adrian Viterbo in Mexico. Those are the Teen Kings on the B label from February 59. Tell Me If You Know is the name of the tune. That's Walter Lockman. He is on lead, and this is a real it's a real hard record, as I mentioned, that the originals were destroyed by the record company, and I don't know why they did that, but this group would also record as the Delights on the Night record label, and again a record they did on the Cuppy label called Lover, which is a big Northern Soul record. But Greg sold me that copy. He upgraded his and he sold me that one. Anyway, but we join Oldies and More Radio here at midnight. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm your host, Johnny G, the host of the Vinyl Treasure Show for this May 25th. It says the 26th on my PC because it's midnight. But thank you all for being here. We were here beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We're now in overtime. We're going to be done by the half hour, folks. I think we will. But anyway, so let's continue here and fill a request for Timothy. In our YouTube chat room. Well, I didn't see it on my copy here. Well, maybe on the flip side I have the autograph on this. Supposedly I have an autographed copy on this 45, although it's really hard to see on the this maroon Brunswick stock copy. But the lead singer of this group was a member of the Four Seasons. Yes, he was. And the autographs on this label are Nick Massey, Pete Perry, Pat Mara, Bob Swan, and there's another one that's hard to read. It looks like Johnny San or Johnny Sane. But the song was written by the lead singer. His name is Nick Massey. This is Nicky and the Nightlights, and it's a request for listener Timothy from October 59. Nicky and the Nightlights on Brunswick. It's called Tell Me You Care, for Timothy.
Tell me you care. Tell me you care.
Tell me you care. How could you be so unfair? My aching heart's beyond repair. So please tell me you care. If I were you, I'd never do the things that you do. I never make you feel this blue, darling, if I were you. I won't be satisfied till you are by my side. I only hope that you won't say our love is through. Tell me you care. One kiss will do the trick, my dear. If I can only hold you near, darling, please tell me you care.
There you go, Timothy. That is for you there. That's Nicky and the Nightlights, October 59, released on the Brunswick label Tell Me You Care. That's Nick Massey on lead. He was a member of the Four Seasons. And Timothy, yes, thank you for your requests, and anybody else that sent me requests. Some people sent me 30 and 40 requests, so I can pick 2, if I can, is the maximum that I sometimes can do. But I can do more. It depends how many I get. I got too many. I cannot go for 4 hours. It's too long. It's too long for me to sit here, too long for a lot of people. I know people out in Europe and the West Coast that come in later, but we can't. I have to prepare for the show. It takes me a long time to get up and down you know how many records I had to turn back? How many requests I had? This many. I couldn't play these on the show today. You see how many I have here? These, I had to turn these back. I could not play these tonight. So you will hear them. You will hear them in upcoming shows. So that's all I can tell you about it, because I can't play 150 requests on a night. It just isn't going to work. But anyway, so you're going to have to bear with me, and you can tune in at another time. If you want me to tell you which ones I'm going to play, I will do that, because I do know that. And some people wanted to know the numbers too, believe it or not. But that is an added thing for me to do. It's already difficult to get the records, but I like doing it, so I enjoy doing it. But if you're going to send me 3 and 4, you may not hear them on this show. You should just have to, that's how we're going to do it. So anyway, there you go, Timothy. That's for you, Nikki and the Nightlights from October 1959. Let's continue in 59. Fill a request for Jim Lampley in Texas. Now, when I first got on AOL way back, AOL goes back to what, in the 70s sometimes. So I was in an oldies chat room. So who do I meet that befriended me? Someone by the name of Tim Hauser. Okay, so he was communicating with me, and the other guy was record collector. I forget. It'll come to me. So we're in this chat room, we're talking, and he goes, "Johnny, do you have my record?" And I'm like, "Well, what group did you sing with?" And he's saying, "Well, I was a member of a group called the Criterions. And, you know, we went on the Alan Freed show, and of course, you know, now I'm singing with a group called the Manhattan Transfer." And I was like floored that I was he sent me so many cool things about his career. And I have these emails somewhere in my mess of papers. But I was communicating back and forth with him for a number of years, and unfortunately then he passed away. Even when he was going out on the road or whatnot, he would communicate with me. His name was Tim Hauser, and of course he was in the Manhattan Transfer, but prior to that he was in a group called the Criterions. There's one of the guys did a great in-depth interview with him. It was really good when he was talking about what happened in the 1950s and the people that he met and how he got involved in the music and who he saw. But Jim Lampley requested this group out of Belmar, New Jersey. They did 2 on the Cecilia label. This was their second. The lead singer on this is John Manji, and I think he was John Mangiacarni. I think that Carnine, that was his name, but he shortened it to John Manji. And he also recorded under the name Johnny Starr, and on this label it was backed up by which I did see in my boxes, was backed up by this Criterions group. But this was re-released in Laurie in 1965. I saw that in the box too. But let's go to May of 59 for Jim Lampley in Texas, the Criterions on the Cecilia label. It's called I Remain Truly Yours for Jim in Texas.
With romance, my darling. did we start drifting apart? Drifting apart. I miss the thrill of holding your hands once more in mine. Moments of gladness that made us cry. Time cannot dim the sweet memories of yesterday. We dreamed of castles on those far distant shores. Dear, here's the end of the words of my letter. I close, I remain truly yours.
As going out to Jim Lampley in Texas. Those are the Yeah, for Charlene, there's an R is supposed to be here. The Criterions from May '59. It's on the Cecilia record label. I Remain Truly Yours is the name of the tune. I think these styrene copies are the first press. I think, because this also comes out on vinyl. I think this is also on the vinyl copy of this too, which I have somewhere in the collection. But anyway, let's stay in 1959. Let's fill a request for Matey Campboy. Matey, I played your other request earlier in the show. Tony Harris, the lead singer of BW and the Emeralds, he was in the chat room there, and I had to play his record early. I wasn't going to wait till this hour to play it, but it was a pip to have him in there. And but this is Matey's other request of this group out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I just upgraded this too, by the way. This is on the Sound Souvenir label, which was distributed by Stan's Record Bar. Anybody ever go to Stan's Record Bar in Lancaster, Pennsylvania? And Stan is Stan Felton, who also owns this label. Initially, the master was sent over to King Records, who wanted this group to re-record the song, but they were in a serious car accident where 4 of the members were killed, so the deal never happened. But Felton did put it out on his Sound Souvenir label. It features Eddie Speller on lead, who did survive that terrible car accident with 1 other member. So we'll send this one out to Matey Campboy, June '59. The Crystalaires of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, on Sound Souvenir Records. It's called Nobody Nowhere. This is for Matey Campboy.
Nowhere
That's June 1959 release there from Matey Campboy in California. That's the Crystalaires of Lancaster, Pennsylvania on the Sound Souvenir label. Nobody Nowhere is the name of the tune. It sounded like the tape there kind of stuck there a couple times, which is probably why the Sid Nathan wanted to re-record it, but it was unfortunate that they were in that car accident and that the group was no more. But and then the label owner put it out there on the Sound Souvenir label. But anyway, as we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show and Vinyl Treasure Overtime, we move into 1960 with a flip side request for I think I'm going to say this, Mr. RJDB 1969, and I think you requested this song on one of my my YouTube wall. Last week I played a request for listener Josue Perez out in California. He requested The Holidays on the Andy record label, The Stars Will Remember, and JDB69 requested the flip side, and this is on Andy Records now. Listener Fred Clemens, if you go to my YouTube page, he gave a whole history about the Andy label, and that Lori, Andy, and I forget the other one, were named after the daughters of one of the guys that ended up owning Lori Records. But anyway, so that's what happened. But this is from January 1960. Let's flip over the song called The Stars Will Remember by The Holidays on the Andy label. You get this tune. It's called Who Knows, Who Cares? The Holidays for MRRJDB 1969.
I want to know, because I care for you. Who laughs, who cries, 'cause he will share everything that you do. I laugh and cry, and share will I with you. I never knew such devotion. I never cared with such heart. Darling, that we'll never part. Who knows, who cares? How can you ask when you know what is true? You know who knows. For you. I do.
Anthony, come to think of it, I didn't know if this was the same group that recorded on the Robbie label out of Pittsburgh. I thought they were a different group, although that does sound a lot like a backing track that the that Holidays group would do. It does sound like a Pittsburgh record. But anyways, at January 1960, those are the Holidays on the Andy label. Who Knows Who Cares? There you go. That's for Mr. RJDB, 1969. Let's stay in 1960 as we do go to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for this next group, and it's a request for listener Emnon, and it's the debut single for this, the lead singer here, that would go on to have some big hits for the Roulette record label, like The Gypsy Cried and Two Faces Have I, and also many other hits in the 1960s and later 1960s also. But he was a member of a group called the Classics, and this song written by Twyla Herbert, who would become his writing partner on all his major hits. This came out on Joe Averbach's Star label out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and this is from June of 1960. These are the Classics with Lou Christie on lead. Early Lou Christie. This is on the Star record label. This is for Emnon. It's called Close Your Eyes. The Classics.
Close your eyes, my baby. Close your eyes, my baby. Close your eyes and dream of me. Dream of me. Go to sleep, my baby. Go to sleep, my baby. Go to sleep and dream of me.
There you go. That's going out to listener Emnon there, June 1960. Those are the Classics. A young Lou Christie on lead there on the Star record label. Close Your Eyes is the name of the tune. When Lou Christie had a hit with Lightning Strikes, I think the song was re-released as Lou Christie and the Classics on the Alcar label. Then they put it out then to try to capitalize on that, but it did not materialize. Johnny G here in Vinyl Treasure Overtime here as we fill a request for Timothy. Here's your second request, Timothy, from this singer from Houston, Texas. First recording for the Q label back in 1958, which was out of Houston, Texas, and this was his next release. Came out on the Mercury label with an uncredited vocal group. They were called the Embers that are backing him up, and the Embers were Mickey Newberry, tenor Chuck Augustus, Chuck Augustus Gengler, the bass, James Walker, baritone guitar, and the singer on this is Don Angelo. Don Angelo, it's a song he co-wrote, and this is from February of 1960. Don Angelo and group. They're called the Embers on Mercury Records. It's called My Love for You, for Timothy.
My love for you, dear, is forever true. Now that you're gone, I'm so sad and blue. You said you would love me till the day you die. Now that I need you, please don't say goodbye. I just can't go on without you. I'm through. All I have left, dear, is my love for you. Is my love for
A nice tune there for Timothy, where just the dance darted off, and he's going to have to hear it on the archive there. Don Angelo and the Uncredited Embers, February 1960, on the Mercury label. My Love for You is the name of the tune. This is when I had that Tony Harris and the Emeralds record scheduled for this slot, but now we're going to skip into and continue with go to New York City with another rare 45 here for listener Adrian Viterbo. This is on the Keller label out of 1619 Broadway in New York City. Now, according to Louis Silvani, this group has ties to the Quintones that recorded for the G record label. That's another very rare 45 called I'm Willing, with a female lead. But this is a male lead. This is from May 61 for Adrian in Mexico, the Lovers, on the Keller label. It's called Strange as It Seems. This is for Adrian.
The love that we knew was more than
My heart got fine, but strange as it seems, I still love you.
That's a rare 45 there by a group called The Lovers. That's going out to Adrian Viterbo in Mexico, May 61. I upgraded that copy, believe it or not. The Lovers there on the Keller record label, song entitled Strange as It Seems. Let's do one more in the year 1961. This is an ultra rare 45. Charlene, double check on the, I think you got the wrong requester here, as this is out of Utica, New York, and I can't tell you much about the tune. It's a very rare tune, features, I don't know who the lead is, but it says it's featuring W. Voss on lead. He also wrote the song. It's from December 61. I think Bob Cruz, you requested this. Charlene's got the wrong person here. These are the Delviews. The Delviews on the U-Town label. The song is called My Confession for Bob Cruz.
Dearest darling, how many times have I told you I love you? My dearest darling, how many times have I told you that I do care? But you don't understand? That I want you. Someone who cares much more than you do.
That is an ultra rare record out of Utica, New York. That's on the U-Town label. The flip side is a Christmas record. I'll play that. I got a bill. You have this record? It's a Christmas song on the flip side. All right, well, I think it's called New Year's Eve. I think that's it. But these are the Delviews. The Delviews from December 61 for Bob Cruz in Maryland, a rare 45 on U-Town. My Confession is the name of the tune. One more record in 1961 by request for listener Paul Michel as we go to Jack Gold's Terrace record label. This singer recorded, this artist recorded 2 on the Terrace label. Both releases share a great tune. It's called Long Time. But the flip sides are different. This is the flip of the second release on Terrace number 1708, but no mention of a vocal group. They were called the Travelers. They're backing him up on this. His name is Ronnie Kates. Ronnie Kates from September 62 on the Terrace label for Paul Michel. It's called For My Very Own Ronnie Kates.
Each time I see your face before me, I get a thrill I'll never know. To hear you whisper you adore me, then all the world is mine alone. You know, baby, how I love you. You know, baby, how I need you. You know, baby, how I want you. For my very own, yeah, yeah. The way your lips meet mine so sweetly, I feel my every dream come true. The way you give your love completely, I baby, I found you. You know, baby, I love you. You know, baby, I need you. You know, baby, I want you. For my very own. Now come on, baby, come on back to me. Yeah, 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 baby. I need you, baby. Now come on, come on back to me. Yeah, 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 baby. I need you, baby. Now come on, mama. Come on, now, baby.
That's September 62 release there for Ronnie Kates and the Uncredited Travelers. That's the harder of the 245s if you're looking for that record. It's on the Terrace record label. For My Very Own is the name of the tune. That one there going out to Paul Michel. Let's continue here. We go back to Philadelphia now with a request for listener Joe Shacatano. This group had a big #1 hit with a song called At the Hop. That was on the ABC Paramount record label, but they switched over to the Gaiden label for this later release. Came out in November of 62, written and produced by Johnny Madera and David White. Now, David White was a member of this group. I'm talking about Danny and the Juniors, but he would leave in the early 1960s to produce and write with Johnny Madera. But this is a later one from November 62 for Danny and the Juniors, and it features Danny rap on lead. This is on Gaiden Records, going out to Joe Shacatano. The song is called Now and Then for Joe.
Now and then, do you remember all the fun we had together? We thought our love to console me the way you used to do. I wish that you would stop around again now and then. True love is what we had. Right went wrong and good went bad. You went your way, I went mine. Oh, how I wish I could turn back time now and then when I feel lonely, not a friend around to console me the way you used to do. I wish that you would stop around again now and then, now and then, now and
November 62. November 62 there for Danny and the Juniors. That's Danny Rap-On lead. That's on the Guidon record label. It's called Now and Then. 3 more 45s to go here before we sign off on the Vinyl Treasure Show. I should just play these is what I should just do. But this is a flip side request from last week. I featured this group out of Danbury, Connecticut, the Highlights, for a listener, Paul Michel. The side was their rendition of the Impressions tune for Your Precious Love. Now, the flip side was requested by listener Martin Tokay. This is another cover tune as this song... Wait, who did this first? I forget who did this first. Oh, who did For Sentimental Reasons first? Come on, you guys got to help me out as I am drawing a blank. But this is from June 62. Features William Tucker on lead. This is on Saul Goodman's Record Fair Records out of Danbury, Connecticut. These are the Highlights on Record Fair for Martin Tokay and their rendition of the tune I Love You for Sentimental Reasons.
I love you for sentimental reasons. I hope you do believe in me. I give you my heart. Give you my heart. I love
Cover tunes here as we wind down here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Deke Watson and the is it the Brown Dots? Yes, it was. It's not the Blue Dots, it's the Brown Dots. They did it first back in, 1940-something, late 40s, early 50s. But there you go. So many groups covered that. That's a great rendition there. That's by request for Martin Toke, June 62. The Highlights on Record Fair, their rendition of For Sentimental Reasons. Two more 45s to go here as we go to Newark, New Jersey for this next group, and this is a request for Amnon. This group began recording for Bess Berman's Apollo Records as The Gentlemen back in 1954, but in 1962 the group reformed and recorded as the Deltones, and Amnon requested the side written by two of the group members, Theodore Bogar and Alonzo Johnson, and they were original Gentleman member Richard Baker would change his name to Ronnie Baker, and he is the lead singer on this. Let's go to March of 62 for Ronnie Baker and the Deltones, aka the Gentlemen, on the Laurie label. The song is called My Story. This is for Amnon.
For the girl that I love and the boy that she married and the heart that she broke, he was just like a brother. She had pledged to be my wife, but they married each other and made a mess of my life. Now I'm standing by the river, sorrow I cry. I can't stand it much longer. Guess I'll just lay down and die. That's the end of my story. That's all the tales that I've told of how a friend and a loved one made this empty heart grow
There you go, by request for listener Amnon there. That's Ronnie Baker and the Deltones from March 1962 on the Laurie record label with a song entitled My Story. That's a record that George Tompkins turned me on to, that record. Great tune. They were actually previously recorded as the Gentlemen. Well, that's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. You people betting on my hours here. I want some of that action is what I want. But thank you all for tuning into the program. I hope you enjoyed what you heard, and I'm going to have to go to one request for listeners then is what I'm going to have to do. But there you go. I finished before the witching hour there. But anyway, thank you all for being here. Again, if you want to get in contact with your DJ, send me an email at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the contact number. And if you missed any of the program, it'll be up on the archive momentarily, and I'm going to save it on the Filligan. I think he said he wanted to download the show for his when he drives in his truck, so that'll be good. I'll put that up there. I won't wait like I did the last couple of weeks. But thank you all for being here. Thank you, Charlene, again for all your help in helping me to prepare for the show. And I'm going to start working on the 78 show. See, I got to start early. But again, I will be back next Saturday night right here on YouTube. We are currently on Oldies and More Radio in overtime. But anyway, we're going to close the show tonight with a request for Jim Lampley in Texas as we go to the Bronx, New York. The only release for this group on Johnny Clark, a.k.a. Johnny Angel's Maria label out of New York City. This song written by Johnny Clark and Al Brown, and it's with the Al Brown Orchestra backing him up on this. The lead singer on this is Jimmy Apollo. The group is called Jimmy and the Crestones. It's on the Maria label. It came out in '64. It's called New Girl on My Block. That is the closer for tonight. Thank you all for being here. Everybody remember, this is Memorial Day weekend as we pay tribute to those that gave the ultimate sacrifice, their life, for our freedom, as we remember those people that have gone giving their life to give us freedom to live here in the United States. That's the main thing for Memorial Day. But thank you all for being here. I hope you have a great rest of the weekend, and I will see you next time. That'll be Wednesday evening at 9 p.m. I'm working on those soul requests. So again, if you have any requests, send them to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. Don't forget to subscribe, and also click that bell. There's a drop down. You want all notifications, and please give me a thumbs up if you enjoy what you heard tonight. Thank you all again for being here. Just want to say, everybody, so long. This is for Jim in Texas.
There's a new girl on my block I've been thinking of. There's a new girl on my block I would like to love. There's a new girl in the neighborhood. You look fine to me. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. There's a new girl hanging round. Never saw before. There's a new girl hanging round. Girl that I adore. There's a new girl in the neighborhood. She looks fine to me. Oh yeah. What's your name? I am asking you. What's your name? I wanna know. What's your name? I am asking you. I really love you so. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's a new girl on my block. Now we have a date. I'm gonna take her out. I can hardly wait. There's a new girl in the neighborhood. She belongs to me. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. What's your name? I am asking you. What's your name? I wanna know. What's your name? I am asking you. I really love you so. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's a new girl on my block. Now we have a date. I'm gonna take her out. I can hardly wait. There's a new girl in the neighborhood. You belong to me. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.